The Galactic Council had made their decision with unanimous certainty. Every species represented in the chamber, the crystalline Vorthak, the gas-form ethereals, the cybernetic Nexus Collective, all agreed on one fundamental truth. Humanity must be contained. Ambassador Zektar of the Dominion Empire stood before the assembled delegates, his forearms gesturing dramatically at the holographic display showing Earth's solar system. "They multiply like a plague," he declared, his mandibles clicking with agitation. "In mere centuries, they've gone from primitive tool users to spacefarers. Their expansion rate is unprecedented." The council chamber hummed with agreement. Species that had taken millennia to achieve interstellar travel watched in horror as humans had accomplished the same feat in less than 1,000 years. Worse still, they showed no signs of slowing down. "The motion is clear," announced Council Prime Shalin, her ethereal form shimmering with authority. "Humanity will be quarantined to their home system. All hyperspace gates leading to Sol will be sealed permanently." The vote was swift and decisive. 847 in favor, 0 against, 3 abstentions. Admiral Chen Wei received the notification as her exploration fleet prepared to jump from the Kepler 442 system. The message was brief, formal, and absolute. By order of the Galactic Council, all human vessels are to return to Sol immediately. The hyperspace gate network will be sealed in 72 standard hours. Chen stared at the transmission, then at the star charts showing the 17 human colonies that lay beyond the sealed gates. 17 worlds where 2 million humans had built new lives, new societies, new dreams. "Admiral?" Her XO, Commander Okafor, approached cautiously. "Your orders?" Chen looked around the bridge at her crew. Humans from 6 different worlds representing the best of their species' exploratory spirit. They had signed up to push boundaries, to see what lay beyond the next star. Now they were being told to go home and stay there. "Signal all ships," she said quietly. "We're going through." The first gate they encountered was in the Proxima system. The Vorthak enforcement fleet waited on the other side, their crystalline hulls gleaming with weapon arrays. As Chen's ships approached, the aliens transmitted their warning. "Human vessels, you are in violation of Galactic Council decree. Turn back immediately." Chen opened a channel. "This is Admiral Chen Wei of the Terran Exploratory Fleet. We're going home to check on our colonies. You can either move or we'll move you." The Vorthak commander's response crackled with disbelief. "You face a fleet of 200 ships. You have 12. "Yeah," Chen replied. "Hardly seems fair for you." The battle was brief but decisive. Human ships, built for exploration but armed for the harsh realities of unknown space, tore through the Vorthak formation with a ferocity that sent shockwaves through the galactic communication networks. When the last alien ship retreated, Chen's fleet proceeded through the gate. Behind them, human engineering teams emerged from stealth ships. They didn't destroy the gate, they reprogrammed it. The Vorthak had sealed it to keep humans in. Now it would keep everyone else out. The pattern repeated across 17 systems. Each time the aliens expected compliance, surrender, or at worst, a desperate attempt to flee back to Earth. Each time, they faced humans who had decided that quarantine was simply another word for challenge accepted. At the Tau Ceti gate, the Nexus Collective deployed their most advanced cyber warfare platforms. Human hackers, descendants of the same species that had once brought down corporate networks with homemade computers, turned the Collective's own systems against them in minutes. In the Wolf 359 system, the Ethereals attempted to use their psychic abilities to turn the humans away. They encountered Commander Sarah Martinez, whose grandmother had survived the siege of New Geneva, and whose family had been telling stories of stubborn defiance for 3 generations. The Ethereals discovered that human willpower, when properly motivated, could be impressively resistant to mental manipulation. By the time Admiral Chen's battered but victorious fleet reached the last colony at Kepler 442b, word had spread across the galaxy. Humans hadn't just broken through the quarantine, they had systematically dismantled it, turning every sealed gate into a fortress checkpoint under their control. The Galactic Council convened an emergency session. "This is unacceptable," Zektar's voice echoed through the chamber. "They were supposed to be contained. They're defending their established colonies," observed Prime Shalin, though uncertainty flickered in her ethereal form. "Perhaps we underestimated their attachment to territory." A new voice interrupted the debate. The chamber's screens activated, showing Admiral Chen's weathered face broadcasting from the bridge of her flagship. "Honored delegates," she began, her tone conversational despite the formal words. "I'm Admiral Chen Wei, speaking for the independent human colonies. We've received your quarantine order." The chamber fell silent. "We've also received your enforcement fleets, your cyber attacks, and your various attempts to make us comply. We appreciate the enthusiasm, really. But here's the thing about humans. We don't respond well to being told where we can and can't live." Chen leaned forward. "So here's our counter-proposal. You sealed every gate to keep us in. We walked through and shut the doors behind us. These 17 systems are now under human protection. We won't expand beyond them for now. But these worlds, these gates, these people, they're ours." She paused, letting the implication settle. "Any attempt to interfere with our colonies will be met with the same response you've already experienced. Any species that wants to trade, talk, or visit is welcome to try the diplomatic channels. Everyone else can find another route through the galaxy." The transmission ended, leaving the Council in stunned silence. In the months that followed, galactic trade routes shifted around the human-controlled systems. Some species grumbled about the inconvenience. Others, particularly the younger races still finding their place in the galactic community, began to take notes on human tactics. The Vorthak never attempted another enforcement action. And in 17 systems scattered across local space, human colonies continued to grow, protected by gates that had been meant to cage them, but now served as their shields. The galaxy had tried to contain humanity's expansion. Instead, they had simply taught humans how to build better walls.